All right, we'll make this as short and sweet as possible so you guys can get on with your day, but I don't want to wait another minute because I know we're all waiting with bated breath to find out who won the Heartbeats contest. So I'm going to have Judy Baker, our chair, take over.
Well, first of all, I'm not sure if you all are here, the winners, but I'm going to call out 3 names, and I would just like you to come up to the front if you are here. Kristen Bodie, Lori McLaren, Rebecca Levy. Well, our winners aren't here, but I'm going to tell you who did what, won which, and we will get them here for next meeting. So, Rebecca Levy is our first place winner with her story Flirting World. Second place with Sinus Rhythm is Lori McLaren. And third place is, whoops, hold on. Oh God, I've got to look at it. I know. I didn't put the name on that one. Goodness. It's Kristen Bodie is our third place winner. And I want to say I had some extra help. And I'm going to call out Jan Rowley because she rescued me. I did have 2 other judges, mind you. So Frances Ravetti, who is a member, assisted ably, as did my friend Melody Owen, who is not only a writer, she is a teacher, and she's a ghostwriter too. And she does a lot of editing. But Jan rescued me at the last minute because I just got a little overwhelmed because we had 81 submissions for this contest. But it's good practice because I'm going to let Chrissy tell you why that's going to be a good thing. So we will put the winning story in the newsletter. It'll be up on our website, and we will get our winners here next time. But thank you all, and I'm going to be sending out a compilation of the comments from the judges to all of the winners, but give me a couple of weeks because I've got a lot to do. Thank you so much. What are we telling people?
You need to introduce us.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know if you wanted to do that now or do you want to wait till the next
You decide.
I can do that now if you guys are ready for that. So the next announcement that we have is, every year we do a prose and a poetry anthology. And I'm not ready to talk about the poetry one yet, but the prose anthology, we now have 2 editors who will be putting this together, and that would be Judy Baker and Corinne Asturias. I am so excited about these 2. So let me just let me amp up these 2 real quick, okay? So with actually I'm going to start with Corinne because I used to work with Corinne at the Press Democrat, and she was the features editor there, and she was my favorite editor ever. And I loved working with her team, and sometimes I got to write for her team, which is really exciting. And she is just fabulous with words, fabulous with people. You are going to love working with her so much. So thank you for being one of the editors on this anthology, because this is one of our favorite things about this club is bringing our members' writings together and showcasing it in such a special way. So thank you.
I'm looking forward to it.
And then Judy, who is one of the most creative people I know, who has sky-high ideas, lots of them, is so enthusiastic. She was our president for the last 2 years, and she's been on the board for many years, and whenever we need something, Judy is like, I would like to be a part of that, I would like to help, and I've learned so much from you, so thank you very much for being a part of this team. Plus her organization skills as far as tying things together is going to be key on this project. So I know the 2 of you are going to work together very well, so thank you. Next we have, do we want to do a little teaser for Author Lunch?
Yes,
Mara and Jan, can you come up? We don't have to do much of anything, but just talk about when the date is. I know I'm springing this on you.
Well, we're gonna be stealthy on this. I'm gonna hand it to you.
Oh.
'Cause I'm gonna, yeah, I've talked enough here.
She's in charge if anything goes wrong. Just gonna get that straight.
And if anything goes right, I'm in charge.
So we have not met yet to determine exactly how we're gonna make this all work, but between the three of us, we'll make it work. So, yeah, those of you who are published authors, get your bios ready.
And something new to tell us about.
And headshots.
And headshots, and get ready to submit to us to make our selection of who's gonna be speaking. And the date is?
May 17th.
Saturday.
Yep.
Great.
And it will be probably in the big
Probably the
room.
big room.
We're gonna find, to be determined.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully the big room.
We'll let you know which
TBD.
space we're gonna be
A
in.
bigger space, most
Yeah.
likely.
But
Definitely
it will probably be here in the Finley Center in one room or another,
Yeah.
so.
We're excited.
So there'll be submissions open soon, and you can put things in on the website. We'll have everything sent out in emails and notify everyone when things start. So we got a couple of months before the actual event to get everything in order. So for launching new exciting books for everyone, you get to read, and that'll be the day that's free to enter, so you can bring all your friends and family.
Right.
In place of our regular monthly meeting in May.
Exactly.
Mara, or Jan, is there a year of publication requirement, like it has to be in this period?
Within the period from January of 2024 through December of 2024? Was it for?
No, we go
No?
until the end of 2025,
Yeah, so
so.
last year
Oh,
up
okay.
to the event, I believe.
Our
Okay, so-
calendar year would be the
Oh.
best way to think about it.
Okay, so any.
It's like July to.
July to July.
Oh, okay, so the fiscal year for the club then, so from
Yeah, fiscal year.
July to.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Approximately a year.
Yeah, and we'll put all the details up there so you'll be able to see that. And we will be asking some of you to do some things to help us with this event, but we'll be in touch personally with you about that. So just make sure you have May 17th marked on your calendar, and we will do some prep with the authors because we want you to shine and have the best experience ever. Thank you.
I have a question. For the new people that have just come in today, can you give a synopsis of exactly what you're talking about, like in 25 words or less?
Okay.
I know that's hard, Judy.
No, I can do that. Author launch,
One,
the speakers, the authors will be presenting an excerpt from their book, about 5 minutes, and that we will introduce you. You'll be presenting from your book. You'll be able to bring your books for sale, and we encourage that. And we're gonna do some things a little differently this year, so that will be revealed as soon as we have all the details. And you're gonna submit online all of your information, and we're gonna make it as easy as possible. So, thank you.
Okay, so author launch is for just published books. We're launching authors. This is our way of celebrating people who have just written a book because it's such a big deal. And often we don't get celebrated enough. You know, usually this is a very solitary celebration. So this is our way of just, you know, cheering you on and being supportive and buying your books and giving you a platform to be able to share your books, not just with the club, but with friends and family, and then through promotions through our Facebook and Instagram. And we do put things in our local media. So this is just such a great opportunity to just get more eyes on your just published book. And we usually only pick about 18 authors because that's the time that we have. So we always encourage people to sign up as soon as you see that announcement hit, sign up because it is a first come, first serve thing. We take people who have not done author launch before, get first priority. So if you've done it before, you can go ahead and sign up, but just know that your name is going to keep bumping down as new members do, just so that we can give everybody a chance for this wonderful opportunity. I encourage you, this is a little reminder that we do have avenues for you to find all the information about Redwood Writers, because I know that there's a lot of information that comes from these meetings. One of them is our website, redwoodwriters.org. Everything that we do is on this website. You will find everything there. The other is to make sure that you are signed up for our email list. And if you're not, come see me after the meeting. If you're not receiving any correspondence whatsoever, let's get you signed up on that. Because we send everything out through that, through our newsletters, any contest information, any reminders about stuff, our meetings, everything comes through our email. We also have Groups.io, and if you don't know what that is, come see Roger, because there's a process, but we would love for you to be on there. And that's a forum for people, for our community to talk with each other, but also to find out what's happening in the club in real time. Because we do send out our newsletter, but that is a once a month thing of all things encompassing, whereas Groups.io is going to be, as things happen, it's being pushed on there because we want you to know. Plus, we have our social media. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and we have a Facebook group. So I hope that you guys will all join that. And that's my spiel. Next, we have committee and board announcements. Do you want a newsletter?
Sure.
And if there's any other committees, can you come and line up and talk?
I think you're it.
I know. No, I think Sean has it. There you go.
That's all we need.
All right, so the newsletter goes out to all of our members. That's a member benefit. And it goes out usually either the first of the month or the day before the first of the month. And you can submit your notice, about 50 words or less, and you can include pictures. And if you have a free event, that will go in the newsletter at no cost. If you are charging for an event, you can purchase advertising. A 3-line insertion in the newsletter is $25, or you can have a display ad, which would be $50. And I posted that on Groups.io so you can see an example, and I will put an example in the upcoming newsletter. And guess what day it is? The 15th of the month. So what happens on the 15th of the month? That's when your blurbs and notices and all of your celebrations should be in to me. But you have a grace period of about 2 days. So make sure you get it to me if you want to be in the next newsletter.
I think I'll do it from the Amanda position. Can we see the hands of members? Wow. So I don't know if you realize it, but this is the Redwood branch of the California Writers Club. I'm Roger Lubeck. I'm the president of the California Writers Club, besides being a board member here. You are the largest branch of the 21 branches. You're the 4th branch in the history of the club, starting with Berkeley. And by being the largest, you set the tone for most things done by the other branches. So all the events that we're doing, to your credit and later, affected at least 2,000 other writers. I just wanted to say that I think we're at 223?
I think so.
223. I think we have 223 members right now. We're in the half-year membership period. So if you're a guest and want to think about joining the club, which we want you to do it, you do it online. It's $42.50, of which half goes to the branch and half goes to the parent club to pay for administrative costs and insurance and so on. So I just wanted to say one other thing, kind of ask you a question, maybe two for Judy and I. The little red books that we were giving out to members are one of those books with the sticky tabs and that kind of stuff, which I never use. Judy and I both said that. This is the new book we're considering, which is, want to hold that just for a second?
Sure. Yeah.
My unsteady hands. So it's a journal, typical kind of journal thing. This is the easiest size for us to buy it in, and we can definitely afford to buy it and give it out as gifts to members and so on. But I wanted to say something to you just because we're buying this. I wrote a piece recently, and Becky's got one, and I have one of those too, the larger ones, which are really nice. They're expensive. So we're thinking about how many of those or something like that. But the other question I have is, if we had a $5 mug with our logo on it, would you buy it?
No.
Okay, then we're not going to order those. How about a pocket knife? Yeah, a pocket knife, sure. Those are great. Sorry. Oh, I had another question. Now I've lost it entirely with that joke. Oh, well.
That's right. Roger's a member of the Colonial Pen Club, in case you don't know.
What?
You're a charter member of the Colonial Pen Club, right?
No, pens.com. Yeah, I love trinkets. Okay, well, I just want to welcome everyone, and if you have any questions about membership or any problems with membership besides talking to Chrissy, you can always, contact me, and I'll deal with it in any way I can for you. Thanks very much. Oh, I know I was going to tell you, John. So I'm a psychologist. Research has proven that if you write every day using a pen, not a typewriter, you will remember that 4 times longer than if you say it. And longer than if you type it. I can't pass that up. Because I want you to every day get some book you like, some size, and write 20 words, write a paragraph. And by the way, write a short story every week, because Ray Bradbury says you can never write 52 bad short stories.
Well.
So thanks for that little bit of validation, because I wrote a book called 10 Seconds of Boldness, and I'm like, do I say what I really want to say? Because this is talked about. If you think it, you do it. Amanda talked about it. She did a whole workshop here about writing stuff down. There's a little section in that book that says if you want to get stuff done, you better write that shit down. And it's the honest God's truth. Because what gets written down, not typed, not put on your phone, but actual pen to paper, there's a biomechanical biophysical process that happens with your body. So how many people liked Amanda coming here today? Okay, I am your speaker chair. My name is Sean Langwell, and I'm also the conference chair. And if you have an idea for somebody who is an expert in their field in terms of craft, poetry, memoir, short story, publishing, agency, anything to do with the craft of writing or genre-specific stuff, we have a team. Go ahead and raise your hands. Jan, Judy, and Carl are part of a speakers committee. We have slots filled, and we're planning to fill these slots from now until the end of next year. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek. I'm not going to give a pitch about what to look forward to, but this is great with all the food that was brought here and all the people that showed up. And when we have good speakers, people show up. Chris Hennessy will be here. Chris did a phenomenal job at the conference this last year. He is going to do something that has never been done for the club before. He was a keynote speaker at the Elk Grove Writers Conference. His topic is how to captivate literary agents and publishers. That's here next month on whatever day that is. The 3rd Saturday of the month, the 17th.
No, what's today? 15th.
No, it's
15th.
Oh, sorry.
April is Poetry Month. We are still trying to secure a very well-known poet to come here to teach us about poetry. And then we will go on author launch, et cetera, et cetera. So when this is all done, it'll be up online, because we're come April 1st, knock on wood, we will have a new website. And the goal there, we've been working on this for a too long. Anyway, look in the website, look at the newsletter. That's where you find out what's coming up. And next person up.
Okay, guys, I have a couple things to tell you about. First up, next Saturday is Writer's Salon. So Writer's Salon is at my house every other month, so every even month of the year. This is February. So next Saturday, Writer's Salon, you can sign up at redwoodwriters.org, and you can come, you can bring your writing, whether it's poetry, prose, memoir, science fiction, and read for 5 minutes, judgment-free zone. You don't have to worry about getting critiqued. We'll like it, don't worry. And you can you can commiserate with your fellow writers or sister writers, really we have a really good time. There's always food and drink aplenty, as much or more than you have here today. And so yeah, it's really good. Come sign up, or you can email me at robinpoetry.com. I'm sorry, robinpoetry@gmail.com. But ideally, you'll sign up on the website. And then I will send you directions to my house. If you don't know how to get there, I'll send those middle of next week. So please sign up and come. The next item is that for those of you who haven't seen the email yet, there's going to be a new publication of Vision in Verse from California Writers Club this year. So it's Vision in Verse 2, and starting February 15th, is that today? Today. Artists can submit their work. So photographs, art, original art can be submitted to the California Writers Club. So just like last year, there will be a number of pieces. I don't know, what do you think, 10 or 12?
No, it'll be under 15.
Okay.
Will be highlighted. And then we have several people, Pam, for example. We also had like 20 featured artists, but they aren't on the pages. Because, just to explain, I was supposed to do this, I forgot. Just to explain, so it's an aphractic book, and that means it's art and poetry usually. This is art, poetry, and prose. So we're gonna select from this month's contest somewhere under 25 pieces that will become the pages of the book. And then we'll solicit from you guys poetry, prose, whatever, that you think fits that art. And then, so both are judged events, they're both anonymous, okay? We have different judges for them, but they're really professional. If you saw the Vision in Verse, it's a beautiful book. Now, one of the reasons we're taking fewer is because, while it's beautiful, it cost $28 to produce, and we had to charge you $35. So now we're gonna try to make a little smaller book, more intense book, that sells at a little better price point for you, and yet still can be full color, beautiful book, and highlighting literally 100 writers and half a dozen or a dozen artists. So if you're both or either, but if you're an artist, take a look. But do look at the prior book, it's online, okay? Because I'll say that both the photographs and art itself. I love abstract art, most people do, but that probably will not be a good aphractic prompt because the art itself has to solicit or elicit emotion and experience, story. So when you think about your art, if you have all kinds of art, really think about, is this the right piece to write a poem for? And you're welcome to submit as many as you want at $10 a pop. And we had one artist, I believe, submitted 10 different pieces.
I hope they got in the book, I was gonna say.
I wasn't gonna go there. But I really encourage you, because this is gonna be a beautiful event, and so now it'll probably be, we hope, a series. It is definitely a Vision Art 2. I mean, Vision Verse 2.
When's the deadline for submissions?
The art deadline is the 12th or the 15th of March.
Okay.
And then
No, that's where you start submitting February 15th, so when is the deadline?
March 15th.
Okay.
March, so it's 1 month only. And then, once those are chosen, the submission for the poetry and so on will go open. But, and this is important for everybody to understand, because we had this funny event where we had a contest winner that didn't want to be in the publication later. Well, because they wanted to submit it to other things. So the thing is, it will no longer be implied, it will be explicit in your contract that you acknowledge right now, if you're submitting art, you're acknowledging that we have the right to publish it on the website. Does that make sense to everybody? Mm-hmm. And then it needs to be original, and one more thing, sorry, Robin. We accept, if you're a photographer, we know every photographer uses AI tools in editing. There's no question that you use AI tools. If you use Photoshop, the moment you open Photoshop, it's using AI. Okay? So if you do raw photos and that's what you're submitting, you're not using any AI. So we're gonna ask the photographers, was it created with AI or did you use to edit AI? Just so we know. But for the art pieces, not photography, no originated AI pieces. So while illustrators might create beautiful illustrations, of course using AI like Canva and going from there, we want a true original art piece. So you want to kind of think about, if you've got a collection of things, what's the best fit to be in a book like this? And we're not trying to prevent you from submitting But as you all know, with writing, we could not tell if it was AI written in many cases today because it is so sophisticated. So we don't want to see someone submit a piece and then we learn a year later it's not a fake, but it's generated by some other tool in the artist.
Is the submission limited to members of the California Writers Club?
Yes, it is.
Okay. For the artists too?
The contest and the book
Yeah.
are only for members.
Okay.
So while lots of our contests are open, we want this because it's very rare and it was contentious. I have to tell you, some board members did not like the idea of adding art to our cast because we're writers. Well, Chrissy and I as board members believe we're creative people. And so we really, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we.
Okay.
Pam had a question.
No, there's just one thing I think needs to be said, and that is that it can't have, I saw this online, it can't have been published someplace else.
Right.
Right. Did you have anything else?
Yes, I
Okay,
did.
yes.
One more thing that is synchronous with this whole vision and verse competition is that starting March 5th, I'm going to be teaching a class in ekphrastic poetry. So it's going to be a 6-week class on Wednesday evenings. So if you're interested in that, see me, or there's going to be a flyer for it that'll be published in the newsletter coming out March 1st. But you can always see me. It's also posted on my Facebook page, but I'll also post it on the Redwood Writers Facebook page as well. So you can get more details there or just come see me.
Is it a live event? Or is it?
No, it's a Zoom event.
event,
It's a Zoom event on Wednesday evening, 6 to 8 p.m. So, yeah, it's going to be all about, it's going to be 2 people, me and Jenny Grossenbacher, who's in the Marin branch, actually, who, she's a longtime Amherst certified teacher. She's going to be talking more about using the senses, kind of like your exercise with Amanda, where you're talking about using touch, taste, many things other than just, to enhance your writing, and I'll be talking about the ekphrastic part of it. So it should be a lot of fun. Okay, Chrissy.
Question? Robin?
Yeah.
About your Zoom, is it going to be recorded? The reason I ask is if someone has to miss an evening, if it's 6 weeks, someone who has paid for it, will they have access to a recording?
Yes, yes, thanks.
Okay, I think we're good on committee and board announcements. Are there any members who would like to make an announcement? Okay, come on up and come form a line right over here. Come on this side.
Are you gonna do the raffle after?
Yes, I'll do it after the member announcements.
Okay.
Okay, my name is Neil Brookstaller, been a Redwood Writer since 2018, and I have something unique I'd like to share with you. This book here that I'm showing is entitled Not in Your Life, a classic pianist turns tragedy into triumph. The author himself was in a very, very serious car accident, and it was so serious she should have gotten killed instantly, but how she made it through, now back to normal, I find it quite truly amazing. The author himself, and in this book here, is about the author who's being taught about life struggles from her dog that she owns. Her name is Karen Henderson. What's unique about the author, she happens to be my cousin. Her dad is my mom's brother. That's what's unique about it. She's my cousin. That's it.
First, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you for the amazing meeting. I'm so inspired, I might even break my write in the morning rule and go back home and write. I wanted to let everybody know, some of you may know I run an online writing community called Birth Your Twist Story. And for an online writing community, we're doing something fun on March 30th, which is a Sunday. We are doing an in-person writing retreat in my hometown, around the corner from my house in Petaluma. So it's called the River Song Retreat, Finding Your Creative Flow. And I have a few flyers back there and some with me with a little QR code if you want to snap the info. So we're keeping it fairly inexpensive. My business partner who lives on the East Coast is going to be here, so it will be the 2 of us. and it's going to be a really rich and juicy experience. I've been really getting into the Petaluma River, so I'm using that as inspiration for the retreat. So anybody who's interested, come see me, and it would be great to see some Redwood Writers there.
Hi, my name is Jenna Scott. I have recently published a book called White Sheep, Black Wool, and thank you. Designed the cover myself. They were doing all these awful things, and I said, have you ever seen All Things Bright and Beautiful, the TV show, All Creatures Great and Small? So they went and looked, and I said, you got it, but it took a while, I'll tell you. Anyway, I wandered into copper fields in Petaluma the other day, and it was a very out-of-world experience. They act like I was somebody they knew, and being an old lady, they kind of think you're an old lady. They probably know you. Everybody's got the white hair. So this woman comes up and said, oh, we've been looking for you. I'm like, you have been looking for me? And she said, yeah, we want you to do a reading at Copperfields in Petaluma. So April the 12th, I'm going to be there for a good half-hour presentation and answering questions. So I'm just, it kind of blows my mind. So.
Please make sure to put your stuff in the newsletter so we all know. So get Judy your information because we'd love to celebrate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
For some reason, I've been emotional. I've been involved with this coffee house called the Family Room Coffee House for since it started in the summer. And right now we're meeting in Sebastopol at the Sebastopol Christian Church. And I've got a couple flyers with me, so you can have one if you want. I'm sorry, I only have two. But at the first one, I think it was the first one, I read a poem, a few poems that I wrote. I wasn't able, for some reason I'm having difficulty getting onto the group's IO. I know I signed up, but anyway, so that's part of why I'm making the verbal announcement.
No, don't go that way. You get to go to the wires.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought I'd do that just to make Chrissy and Sean worried about how much time it might take. I know. I'm pleased to announce this because I usually don't do it at all. I have just published my first book of poetry, which is 45 poems. And, I have a dozen other published works, but over the last 10 years of this club, it's the only reason I wrote poetry, is this club. And so I've decided to publish both published and unpublished as poems. But I really came up to say to you, besides now I'm going to compete in author launch. Yeah. No, I really came up to say to you, look at this little format, right?
So cute.
Kind of cute, huh? $2 to print, sell it for 10.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. It costs more to mail it than to print it. But what I want to say is, I think this is an ideal chat book format for poetry. It's a little different, but it's a KDP template. And if you want questions about it, I'm happy to answer that. But I really want to encourage you to think, if you're doing little bits of poetry, you can look at other formats in which to print them and publish them that might really lend themselves to the nature of what you're doing. So anyway, that's my announcement.
So Roger inspired me because he was showing his book. So my book was just released last Friday. And I have to say I'm really proud of it, which is very unusual for me to say that I'm proud of something that I do. But I am proud of this book, and I'm delighted with the support that I've had. One thing that I'm looking forward to sharing with everybody once we see how well it works is that instead of doing a book tour, I'm doing a podcast tour. And so far, I think I've recorded 6 or 8 podcasts, and there's another about 15 that are scheduled to where I'm going to be the guest, and it's going to be published and so forth. And I'm really curious to see how that works, because if it works, it's a hell of a deal. You know, you don't pay anything. And so I'm anxious to see how it works, and then I'm happy to share.
Thank you. So I just heard, what was that, 3 just published books right here in this room that I hope to see at Author Lunch. So if anyone else has books that they've published within this year, especially those of you who are in this room, we want to celebrate you. So that's super exciting. I don't have, I do have one big thing. New member orientation, which is so fun because we're holding it at the Santa Rosa Central Library on March 1st. That is what is that? Is that a Sunday?
Saturday, I think.
Saturday. I gotta check my thing. Anyways, it's March 1st, 3 p.m. Santa Rosa Central Library on a Saturday. And, because they're closed on Sunday, aren't they?
That's right, it's on Saturday.
It's on Saturday. But I'll be sending out a separate reminder for everybody as well, because I want anybody who is new within the year or just needs a refresher or just wants to hang out, because we all love to hang out. Come to the Santa Rosa Library on March 1st, and we will tell you about all the things that this club has to offer, the opportunities you have within the club, the events that we hold every year, the publications that we have, just a kind of like a Redwood Writers and California Writers Club 101. We're going to have a lot of our chair people who manage a lot of the smaller functions of Redwood Writers show up to tell you what they do. And you'll also just have a chance to meet us, to meet each other. It's a lot like this, but you get a lot more chance of being able to ask questions, because I know that this gets to be a little bit rushed, and by this point, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to go home. So that's what I have. And then the next thing that I just want to remind you is that next meeting, like Sean said, is March 15th, 11 a.m., this room, and it's Chris Hennessy, How to Captivate Literary Agents and Publishers. And that's all we have. No, we have the raffle. Sorry.
Man.
I know. I have the memory of a goldfish.
Two copies of Transitions and some.
And some wine.
The wine's over there.
How many bottles of wine were there? 3. Okay, we have 2 copies of Transitions, which is our last year's anthology, and we have 3 bottles of wine. Are we going to let them just choose whichever one that they want? Okay, so first come, first serve. We'll get that Transitions anthology.
Yeah, and then, okay, so here we go. Some people have left, so better chances.
Okay, so I'm going to read out the last 3 digits, okay? 910. Yeah, fantastic. Get on over here.
Okay, let me get the books too.
All right, so we have wine and we have anthologies.
Where's the anthology?
Right here.
Anthology? There you go. Is that what you'd like? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's great, thank you.
Well, they're cabs, I guess, huh?
That's a cab, it's a.
2 cabs and then a carrigan.
Yeah, and the other one's Italian, isn't it?
I got that one.
Oh.
The Sangiovese is mine. Although I love cab. Last 3 digits, 935. Woo! Wow, this is a new members day.
No, really?
New member and guest.
Here, that's proof that I got it.
Okay, yeah.
So you have wine or you have an anthology?
I will take anthology.
Oh, good.
Wow, look at that!
Okay.
And this anthology was edited by Jan Rowley, right over here, who was our last year's anthology editor, and it is excellent. Okay, now we go in for the wine. 930. Okay. That's okay. We're doing this quick, so if you glancing away. 913. Oh, Julie! Fantastic.
All right.
It's the one that, and it's the ticket that I couldn't find before
Oh, okay. All right, we've got
Got 2 Cabernets and 1 Kerrigan.
Kerrigan.
What's Kerrigan? Is that
It's a very unusual but very good wine. It's a very, yeah.
Carignan.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never heard of it before, so.
Only some, there's a vendor in like Cloverdale that makes it. It's very well known for it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes another one. 908.
Oh, that's an early one.
Yay!
Hi. Okay, you got 2 cabs to choose from.
2 cabs.
Which one has the prettiest label?
I know.
Hold on, let me see you.
Okay.
There you are.
Oh, this is
Thanks.
Columbia Valley, that's.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're Washington.
Yeah, that's
Last
Washington.
one. I know this is the other one that I was writing.
Okay.
927.
Not yet,
Okay.
okay.
936. Woohoo!
Joan, very good.
All right, we know what you 3 people will be doing tonight. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here, for joining us, for being our inspiration, and we'll see you guys all next month.